It's live now. So, hello everyone on my channel. I'm Francesco. I'm here today with Mina, who runs a community online. And I was able, when I was on Meerkat watching Gary V episode 100, I was just watching it and I saw Mina come on talk about his productivity community that he's attempting to build with millennials in mind. And he runs it, and it's called Usspire.
Yes.
And so, just introduce yourself quickly, Mina.
Yes. Hi, everyone. So my name is Mina. I'm an entrepreneur in New York City. Big fan of Gary Vee, so that's how me and Francisco met. I was on the 100th episode of the Gary Vee show. Check it out if you guys don't know what that is. It would probably change your life. So a little bit about me. I'm into, striving for greatness, using your talents, your potential, to get to where you want to be in life. And that's kind of why I started Aspire. I'm inspired by productive people. I'm inspired by action. And I want to build a community where every single time you go on, you're learning something and you're able to apply it to your own life. Ultimately, trying to quantify people's productivity and build out a community where productivity is not only facilitated, but it's encouraged, and we help each other get to wherever we need to be as a community. So that's what Aspire does, and you guys can check us out on aspire.com. And Francisco, obviously both of our missions definitely aligned, and I consider you a guru, and that's kind of why once I saw you reach out, I think it was via Twitter, right? Or I reached
Yeah, I think it
out
was.
via Twitter, I'm not sure. Yeah, so I checked out your podcast, I checked out your videos, and I was like, I got to get in touch with this guy. Definitely very grateful that he reached out. So
Fantastic. As I said, obviously, just before we started, that the two missions do really collide quite well. So, I mean, we might as well use this time and for the channel, because we haven't had. I've only done like 50 videos so far, so it's kind of like in a space where it's open to anything, whatever's coming up, chats, kind of interviews, those sorts of things. So I thought today would be a good opportunity to chat about, young people in technology, but in productivity. Because at the moment, a lot of young people are going through university and they're not kind of utilizing their time effectively. And I just wanted to kind of first question to you, Mina. What do you think the current state of students, young people in productivity is? Do you think they know about it? Do you think they're aware of it? Or, what are your thoughts so far?
yeah, so I think many, like, the minority are aware, or the minority have the resources, and the majority I don't think are aware or have the resources. And what I want to do with Aspire is close that gap where, because we have the internet, and just because we have so many resources at our hand in 1 second, it's very important to show people what they have, right? Like, everybody knows they can get online anytime, but they use that resource, or they use that ability to go on, a Facebook or a Twitter, or an Instagram, right? Where they actually do have the opportunity to go and use those resources, anything like a time management resource, or a finding your passion resource, or any of these things to kind of enhance their life and make their lives better for themselves, their family, their community, stuff like that. So what I would say is, the people that have always had those opportunities know about these resources, right? But the people that haven't had these opportunities, or aren't able to go to good schools or good places, they don't know. And I think we should bridge that gap for everyone.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think, just adding to that, I think that the way it's going at the moment is that as there are these resources out there, and Aspire will be one of those resources for productivity. but there are so many out there, and it's almost a balance between being organized and proactive. Students need to be proactive to get to the place, but they also need to be organized to be proactive. So it's a bit of both. But I think at the moment, like being around university a lot of the time, students need to, and young people just in general, do need to move towards that productivity area, because once they've got that, even if they're doing something away from entrepreneurship, away from enterprise, they can apply it to any situation they're in. So I think a lot of the time it's an all-player game. Anyone can join the productivity game, really. Just kind of building on that, do you use any applications on your iPhone or Android phone that you have, or on your computer, that you kind of wanted to note out to anyone out there?
Sorry. I have Evernote on my app. I mean on my phone. So I use Evernote. I've used Trello, just getting things organized. I've used Evernote just because Evernote really syncs into a lot of, other applications, and you can really use Evernote on any system that you're on. Just because they're very big, they've made a lot of partnerships. Just it's very easy to collaborate with everything else that you're doing. So personally, I've used those, and then I just use my Notes app. Like my Notes app, personally, on my just the one that comes default on the iPhone. It just helps out. You just have the title. I use it because it's, and I would just or my ideas, or anything that really comes up, spur of the moment, boom, Notes app, so I can check it later. It really just helps me personally.
Awesome. Yeah, so obviously you kind of you highlighted the main one. Evernote is like the killer application for all the productivity guys out there. Meanwhile, like at the moment, obviously, when you're trying, at the moment you're in the process of launching Usspire. What are your kind of targets? Are there any specific have you set yourself KPIs to try and reach? Do you want to try and expand to as many people, or is it kind of bringing in the experts to have a chat?
Yeah. So what we do is we focus on the millennials who have reached some sort of like enhanced productivity level, and what we mean by that is they combine three things. So they have a vision, and then they have a passion, and they have a vision, and they execute on that passion and vision every single day, right? So those are the millennials that go out every day, and they're excelling, right, more than other people, and we use them as like instructional guides or models for our users. That kind of like, it kind of breaks down that psychological barrier. Like, this person's my age, this person's my demographic. I can relate to this person, can I, right? So we find out how they've done it in the realm of productivity, and then we have productivity gurus like yourself, right, where we find out from like the people that study this stuff. This is not like they're like, they've studied this stuff, they've done interviews, they've dealt with productivity from day in, day out, and right, to actually enhance like management based on my lifestyle, based on so.
Awesome. That's exactly that's a strong mission there. I think also as well, it's important to know for at the heart of things, who inspires you when it comes to, obviously we both have something in common, which is Gary Vee. But apart from that, does anyone else in the business world, in the productivity world, in the vision world, who inspires you in terms of waking up every day and knowing, going to certain resources online to find that person and then being motivated by that person?
yeah, for me, have like those standards, which are like Elon Musk, Mark Cuban. Those are the guys that inspire me, that are big time. And then you'll have like, um, I actually started Aspire because for me, I'm inspired by those guys. Like those guys are like they're where I want to get to ultimately. But at the same time, I need, at where the stage I am now, I need those models that I wake up every day and like those are my friends, right? My friends inspire me, and like, the people I meet at these networking events inspire me, right? So that I've like on this, every CEO and the team there inspire me, like Peter and Josh, on that team, and then people that I look up to that are even younger than me, right? Like there are young kids doing amazing things, right? So I know my friend Kareem, who started a nonprofit called, Practice Makes Perfect. We have like, people like Christine Souffrant, who started something called Vendity, changing the way people, disrupt like, street vendors, right? So she's trying to help street vendors make a living. Um, so like big people like that, and people that have taken that initiative, they don't have like these, like, these opportunities, but they made these opportunities for themselves. That really is what inspires me.
Fantastic. Sorry if there was any, for anyone watching, if there was any technical issues. It's raining outside. That might be playing a factor in this. But no, it's great to hear, kind of, because obviously, as I just said, that proactiveness and then that organisation on the side, and that is the vision you talk about with Aspire. You do need that goal at the end of the road, to go towards, and myself and you have got that, but other people don't, and it's nice for people to kind of, because I didn't, I was quite into Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, those kind of figures. Then I can't remember how I came across Gary Vee, and other people like that online. And I mean, that was really beneficial, but I think I got told through a podcast or something like that to go and check them out. So it's important that, because some people don't know the Elon Musks of the world, and that's quite important. So I'm probably going to wrap this up, because I like to keep it nice and short. But for anyone who wants to kind of improve their productivity and almost immerse themselves with lots of other people, check out Aspire. I think Mina will send over his Twitter. I'll put it in the bottom bit, and you can check that out and try and kind of utilize that resource out there, and then that resource will pay back and pay forward. So yeah, definitely check out Aspire, and I'll probably end up seeing you in another episode. Just want to thank Mina. It's been great having you.
Thank you.
And
It's been great.
yeah, and I mean, hopefully we can do another one of these that doesn't have as much technical difficulties. It might just be the rain, but hopefully.
It's raining here as well, so it probably.
Yeah, it's probably clashing, the American rain and the UK rain. Making it double time bad. But yeah, thanks very much, Mina, for coming on, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these with you. I think
Thank you for
Paris
having me.
enjoyed it.
For sure. Thank you very much, and thanks to your community for listening to me. I can't wait to connect with all of you.
Awesome. Thanks very much, everyone, and make sure to have a productive week.